pole, totem 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 pole.
Hello, everybody.
Totem pole, 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 totem pole.
Totem Pole Nation Life Lessons Podcast. Let's go, Coach Troy Taylor. NFL is back. 2024 NFL football. Houston Texans versus the Chicago Bears. The monsters of the Midway. NFL Hall of Fame game last night. What did y'all think? Were y'all satisfied with the product that was put on the field? NFL on ESPN, NFL on ABC. Life lessons. What life lessons can we take? What did you learn from the Hall of Fame game? One thing I learned was, what is up with this new kick return, this new kickoff? As a lifelong football fan, football junkie, wow. I never thought I would see a kick return team with their back turned to the kickoff team, watching the guy get the ball. But hey, you know, either we evolve or we're a dinosaur. I guess that's the life lesson. You evolve or you become Coach Old School. Hey, man.
Hey, I'm backstage.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I don't see you in here.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll leave and try to come back.
Yeah, I don't see you down there, man. I don't see. I'm looking at what we learned from the NFL Hall of Fame game.
Whatever one you sent, I think that's the one from this morning, right? Let's see. Share. Okay, I see some background now.
Yeah, man. I don't see it in here where I add you. I don't.
Yeah.
Lambo Lancaster said, "Do you realize that you're live?"
Are you?
Yeah, I know I was live. I started the show at 7:30. Lambo Lancaster.
So you can't add me, Coach?
I don't see where to add anybody. Down here at the bottom of mine. Lambo, are you in the room?
All right, let me try this again.
Okay, brother. Good morning, Totem Pole Nation. I'm watching. I have work. Lambo, thank you, brother. Gator, thank you, brother. Gator, this is for you. They can't get into StreamYard. What is going on, man? Seriously, what is this a sabotage? Is this a sabotage? How can we not get into StreamYard? Gator, this is for you. You're the best.
Gator is in the house.
Lambo, this is for you. Yeah, I realized I'm live. I went live at 7:30. I went live yesterday at 7:30. I went live last night. and I'm still here. I can't believe it. Coach Bald's backstage. I don't know how to let Coach Bald on the stage. I don't see anything here. Maybe if I go out and come back in, maybe that'll work. Lambo is here. Lambo is here. Man, I feel good because at least Lambo is here. Other people can't figure out how to get on the show, Lambo. What is going on? It is almost like the NFL.
Hello, check. Check.
Check. Can you hear me? Mic check.
Now we can hear you. Good Lord. Now we can. Now
Lambo,
we can hear you.
what is going on, Lambo? How in the world have we been using StreamYard for 2 years and people can't get on StreamYard?
That's
Coach came back.
I feel like that sounds like cap to me, but I mean, I don't know. We could be getting sabotaged.
Coach Old School came back.
I did.
Did
see
you
that.
know this? Huh?
Yes. I think in our multiple conversations that we had, I know I don't know if you remember, because we talked about a lot of things. I told you to bring him back. That's what started Totem Pole Nation, Coach Old School. That's what started it. So, bringing back Coach Old School and GOAT Coach, yeah, that's the way to go. That's what started the low man on the totem pole. Coach Old School.
Gator, what's up, Lambo? Same here, brother. Work. Happy Friday, though. Gator said, check out. Lambo, when you got on the Totem Pole live stream, did you press the link that I sent, or do you actually go to the StreamYard website?
I go to Safari and I go to StreamYard. It's already saved on my bookmark, and then I log in from there.
Man, maybe we could have a Totem Pole workshop on how to get on StreamYard.
All you gotta do is type StreamYard.com and then enter studio. That's all you gotta do. I don't go by the link at all. I just go to StreamYard.com and go from there. That's a routine, and that's part of the.
That's your pattern.
Yeah, the pattern and the algorithm of YouTube. YouTube is the best live streaming platform in all of America.
Let's see who we got here. Oh, man. Delandra is offering us some views. The best viewers. Lambo, last night, the Chicago Bears versus the Houston Texans. Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, the NFL. Maybe Coach Bald can come in via satellite. We'll add Coach Bald via satellite.
EA Sports Electronic Arts Madden NFL 25. I think this game is coming out next week or the week after.
We are not available at the moment. Leave a detailed message. We will contact you as soon as possible.
Thank you for contacting St. Pete Rejuvenate. Coach, if you call me, we will add you via satellite, since we're having some technical difficulties here on the Low Man on the Totem Pole. This is what happens when you start talking junk about the UVA Sports YouTube channel and the Virginia Tech Sports YouTube channel and 106.7 The Fan. When Totem Pole Nation, the low man on the totem pole, the ones that's got a negative budget, has no money to spend, start outperforming the pros, there's a problem. There's a problem, America. when $1 million organizations are getting outperformed by guys who are idiots, guys that don't know anything. Lambeau, E-Field.
Because everybody thinks they're smart. That's the problem. Everybody's got to show you. Everybody's got to show you how smart they are, and they're really not, and they're stupid. So, and it comes to the same thing with football. Now, was last night's game worth watching? Yeah, no. That depends on what type of fan you are, or why you watch the whole.
DCL. You are the best. No one else can figure out, Lambeau, how to get on StreamYard other than me and you. Was there something wrong with the link? What is going on? Yeah, I'm having the same issue. Says I'm backstage. Okay, so let me try this again, y'all, because I'm not very smart. All right, I'm not claiming to be smart. I'm claiming to be the low man on the totem pole, DCL.
The easier thing is just to go to Safari and go to StreamYard.com. That's a lot easier. It's called work smarter, not work harder.
Gator is in this room.
I don't see Gator.
So I really don't understand. I'm just going to go to StreamYard. Let me see. StreamYard. Somebody is sabotaging the program. Morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Got to take out the garbage in the dark. Well, something is going on here. This is a sabotage. We are being sabotaged at the highest extent. And I think it has something to do with that terrible product that was put on the field last night by Roger Goodell in the NFL, in the NFL Hall of Fame. What we learned from the NFL right there on StreamYard. Invite guests. All right, we're going to invite guests. There you go. Coach Ball, there's a new link sent out, and if this link doesn't work, I don't know what to do. Maybe I can send the link here. I'll send the link out all to America. Everybody, Coach Bald is here. Yes, Coach Bald. How did you get through the wall? Did you go over it, under it, or through it?
Push, pull, and drag, man. You make it happen. You make it happen.
Coach Shay Freeman. It's the old referee. He's the sabotager. Yes, I believe he is. Crazy referee. Good morning, Coach Freeman. Coach Bald, are you froze up or are you going? Are you live?
I feel like I'm live. Am I live?
Yes. Is that a Polk High shirt? What did you think about that terrible product that was put on the field? The poor man's Trevor Lawrence, Tyson Badgett out of a D2 school in West Virginia outperforms Caleb Williams in his $25 million signing bonus. What did you think, Coach Bald?
Hey, man, the guy's hungry, man. The guy's hungry. They didn't give him that big contract, so he's got a chip on his shoulder, man. I'm pulling for that kid. I am. I'll tell you what, it was crazy. I was watching you guys last night. Coach, old school. Holy cow. I didn't even know he was still alive. It was good to see him. And I believe he was the offensive line coach for that Polk High football team when Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in the city championship. Is that correct or no, Coach?
Yes, sir, he was. He was Al Bundy's coach. He also was great friends with Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler.
Wow. What a guy. Yeah.
I knew the Bears, the Gator said, I knew the Chicago Bears would make their comeback. Was there even a comeback? Didn't they end the game early?
They did. Due to some falling rain and some wind, they are now canceling football games. I saw this thing the other day, and it was from the 80s when we went to school, and it said, in case of a hurricane, use your textbook to cover yourself, all right? Now the wind blows more than 5 miles an hour. They're canceling school. Man. It is madness. Happy Friday,
NFL is back.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we are back and we are right.
I mean, we have no money, y'all. This is the low man on the totem pole. We have more views combined than Virginia and Virginia Tech. That's right. That's the Hokies and the Wahoos. We have more views than 106.7 The Fan out of Washington, D.C. This is hard to believe, dude, that some people who only know how to use a cell phone half the time and a laptop none of the time, a laptop that was bought from the Golden Goat Pawn Shop, all right, is bringing this to you today. Gator, Texans scored early. Coach Jay Freeman, due to its inclement weather. That just shows you the NFL does not care about preseason games. The NFL only cares about that number. And I'm talking about that 4.0, 3.8, that number of viewers. Gator is what I meant. Yes.
Let me ask you this. How many fans got a refund from last night?
None. Coach Jay Freeman, Coach Bald, for our water break, we used to drink reclaimed water. That's why we would all squat 450 and bench 300. That's right. Non-potable water means it's good to drink. It's good to drink. Coach Ball, look at that background. As soon as you showed us that background, they're in St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coach Ball, season ticket holders for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield and Todd Bowles. Look at that logo down there. We got the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, the Seattle Seahawks, the San Francisco 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals. And are they the St. Louis Rams or the L.A. Rams now? I don't even know.
L.A. Rams, Matt Stafford is their starting quarterback. Matt Stafford, the only quarterback in the National Football Conference, the NFC, with a Super Bowl ring. How about that, Coach? What does that tell you about what's going on in the National Football League, especially in the NFC? Only one guy, Matt Stafford, the only guy with a ring.
Well, there's two guys that have led to that, and that is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And throw in Eli Manning. All right, that's two more. That's a lot of rings. All right, that right there, that's 11 rings out of 20 years. That means only 9 more rings could be won. Coach Jay Freeman said, let's go St. Pete rejuvenate. I'm looking up there, and I'm seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Indianapolis Colts.
Get them, Coach.
The Kansas City Chiefs, the Oakland Raiders, the Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings. And is that the Washington Redskins logo? I think we might be messing up there. We can't put the Washington Redskins logo. We have to put the Commanders logo. Coach Jay Freeman says facts. The NFL is back, y'all. The NFL, and the NFL knows they don't have to put a good product on the field because we're going to buy it no matter what, because we love football. We love American football. You know, this Olympics deal and the intro to the Olympics, I pretty much just think they did that on purpose because they know we're not going to watch the Olympics. They know as soon as football comes on, all of America is going to tune in to watch the NFL. We're not watching Go Skins J-Rock. The Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels. Let's go. Who does Jaden Daniels remind you of, J-Rock? J-Rock, this is for you. I'm calling it right now. The Washington Commanders quarterback, Jaden Daniels, will be the next Randall Cunningham. Ooh, Randall Cunningham was the man, y'all. Ooh, RG3. Oh, well, at least we don't have a Shanahan to ruin RG3's career. Yeah, I guess it's easy to ruin RG3's career when you draft Kirk Cousins in the same draft. And Daniel Snyder wanted RG3 and Shanahan didn't. Good.
How about this name, Coach? Vince Young. Vince Young. Maybe he's the next Vince Young.
Dude, Vince Young was a winner in the NFL. Vince Young was probably one of the most freakish college football players of all time. He beat USC. Was that not an amazing game, Coach Bald?
Greatest
The
college
Tennessee
football game.
Titans. Will Levis start for the Tennessee Titans?
Of course he will. Who else is going to take his spot?
I don't know. Is that guy from Liberty? Is he Malik Willis? Is Malik Willis from Liberty still on the Tennessee Titans roster?
He is on the roster, but he's just a gimmick guy. They might bring him in to run a Wildcat, but yeah, he's not going to be effective. They're all in on this Will Levis guy, and I tell you what, you talk about quarterbacks not needing to go to the gym. He needs to listen to you, Coach, because this guy looks like Popeye. You know what I mean? He looks like Tarzan, but he throws like Jane. We'll see what he does this season. Tennessee Titans, they do not have those guys picked to win very many football games. I think they're sitting at about 5.5 games on their over and under. But you said it right, Coach. Give me the Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers on a Thursday. And guess what? I cannot wait to watch that game. But literally, those are two of the worst teams in the league. But football is king. Exactly, man. You're watching these Olympics, and, dude, back in the day, pulling a tranny meant you were flushing your transmission system. Now They got them fighting. They got dudes fighting chicks and stuff like this. This might be the last Olympics that I ever watched, man. It's baffling. If it wasn't for the basketball team, I probably wouldn't be watching a whole lot, to be honest with you, Coach.
Well, I'm still not going to watch the basketball because the USA basketball team should win by 100. All right. I'm not going to watch it. Coach Jay Freeman said Jaden Daniels of the Washington Commanders is a different player. Like the comparison. Gator says great game. And he's talking about the USC Trojans versus Mac Brown's Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em, horns. Is that hook 'em? Hook 'em, Oklahoma goes horns down. Set the scheme to the player that would have helped Vince Young play longer. This guy's got he's got a comment about our lifestyle choices. It doesn't matter what you are. We're not into that division stuff. Trolls. Moose 914. Good morning, boys, from Yonkers, New York.
Why, baby.
It's got you bouncing in here, bouncing in here, bouncing in here. Darkman X got you bouncing in here.
Why, baby. Why,
Let's go. Moose 914. You didn't know that these guys from Richmond, Virginia. Darkman X got y'all bouncing in here, bouncing in here. He's the Darkman X. Moose 100. Moose Carter. Go Patriots, baby. The New England Patriots. No more Bill Belichick. Here we go, Gerard Mayo from the good old 2 up, 2 down. The 7-5 to 757 Gerard Mayo, Kickintan High School, University of Tennessee Volunteers is the head coach for the New England Patriots. The Robert Krafts. They've changed the name to the New England Fighting Robert Krafts. The Patriots are back without Bill Belichick, without Tom Brady. Carter Shotsky, this is for you, Carter. Welcome to Totem Pole. Coach Bald, the Rough Riders, Moose 914, Gator. Welcome to all newcomers. Double tap that screen. Like the stream. We are the low man on the totem pole. We're outperforming UVA and Virginia Tech's athletic departments that have $100 million budgets. We're the low man on the totem pole. We're outperforming 106.7 The Fan on YouTube, and we have nothing. We have a webcam and a computer I got from the Golden Goat pawn shop, and I owe it back to Chico's bail bonds. All right, so I'll pay you back, Chico. Coach Jay Freeman, true, Coach Bald. That boxing match yesterday was crazy. Watching that woman boxer getting beaten up, obviously, is tough to watch. If you have a daughter as a dad, it makes you mad. NFL edits. Go New York Football Giants. Wellington Mara. Daniel Jones. How did Thibodeau not get ranked in the top 100 players in the NFL by the PFF, Pro Football Focus? What is the deal with that? Pat McAfee, ESPN, Fox Sports, Shannon, I'm Not My Brother, Sterling Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. What is the deal? Carter, I think Pats will surprise a lot of people this year. Well, I'm praying for you. Who's your team? My team used to be the Washington Redskins. His team used to be the Buffalo Bills. All right, so I had a good 90s. All right, 83 through 91, I thought I was the best. Coach Bald had some bad 90s. Coach Bald, is your screen locked up?
I don't know. I can hear you, Coach.
Coach Bald has an image there. All right, but his voice is there. Can I hear some Elvis Presley songs? Coach Bald, what do you have for Elvis Presley that you can just in the ghetto?
You're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby.
Honka burning love.
Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I say? The king is back, baby. Friday
Suspicious lies
is in the studio.
Goku's son. Rest in peace, Anthony Moore loved Goku. Ant Dog, you are with us in spirit, and you told me, LT, you're going to be special. Goku, Super Saiyan, Dragon Ball Z, Goku's son is in the house. This is for you, Goku's son.
What up?
Moose 914, Totem Pole Nation #1 show here. Well, there's only about 7 billion shows on YouTube, and Mr. Beast, we have a lot of respect and admiration for him. We drove to his house 2.5 hours, and he's going down the biggest YouTuber in the world. Sorry to hear that, but hey, they like him young. Be ready for Cell Block 1, as our guy Kendrick Lamar says. Coach Jay Freeman, Totem Pole Nation's all about faith, family, football, and the future of content creation. Subscribe today. Love the energy. Goku's son, Elvis Presley team. Elvis has left the building. NFL edits. How is this OBJ's 5th team? Because OBJ, NFL edits, there's 3 players in the world. Okay, there's freakazoids. Those are the Myles Garretts. Those are the Trent Williams and Micah Parsons. Then there's the guys with the chip on their shoulder, and then there's the legacy guys. Okay, OBJ is a legacy guy. Both of his parents were athletes at LSU. He's a legacy. He's a great athlete. And then he's a freakazoid. That's why. Coach Bald, OBJ, and he's got huge hands, and he's all about those bands. He was a trendsetter. He was handing out the $100, $1,000 handshakes after LSU won the national championship. Was he not, Coach Bald?
He is a modern day Deion Sanders. What he's doing now, that's what prime time was doing in the 90s.
Yes. Hell Fridge, man, shut up, more like Coach Dumb. Well, Fridge, we look at your name and look where you come from. Okay? That is the absence. We are presence. You are hate and we are love. We need you as bad as you need us, because without you, there ain't us, because we're all the same. But Hell Fridge, God bless you. Thank you for coming on here and commenting to Totem Pole Nation, because we're the low man on the totem pole. You must be the high man.
Find Coach some joy in your life, buddy. Find some joy in your life. I promise you, it's out there. You just got to go get it, man. Go get after it. Be nice to
you
somebody.
Know where you're going to find
something
it?
Good for once.
You don't have to look out there. You got to look in here. Coach Jay Freeman, Coach, we need to invite that player on here. Yes, we do. Coach, yes. Moose 914, is that Al Bundy's polka jersey you're wearing? Yes, it is. He played high school football. He played high school football. Say it, Coach Bald.
My favorite episode was when they were over in England and they were fighting against some knights. And the guy said, the next time you come to England, you better salute and do this. And Al Bundy said, well, the next time you insult an American, make sure you didn't play high school football.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Next time you insult an American, you make sure he didn't play high school football. Who is that? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world famous Michael Strahan's player agent, Howard Shotsky. This is for you, Howard Shotsky. Howard Shotsky, we are in fuego right now. I got a lot of comments to read, but think about that game last night. If you did not pass out before it started or ended early and Roger Goodell got his check, Al Bundy, give the man a record deal. Yes, Coach Bald is the next Elvis. He's going to be an Elvis impersonator in his spare time. Coach Shea Freeman, Thibodeau, invite him to come on. Yes. These colors don't bend like a rainbow. Do you think OBJ will make the Hall of Fame? No. Oh, and I'm new here. Oh, NFL Edits, you're new here? We're the low man on the totem pole. Let's go. Easy Money Flex. The Rack House, Highland Springs High School, the Highland Springs Springers. Come to the East End and find out what happens. Our homeboy, my guys, Coach Taylor, Coach Bald, what's up? Moose said 7 touchdowns. Coach Shea Freeman, Coach Bald. How about now Johnny Cash, Sunday morning coming down? Moose 914, I love this. Well, we love you, Doc Man X. Got y'all bouncing in here. NFL Edits, Barkley going to the Eagles is my worst enemy, knowing I'm going to a Giants-Eagles game in October. Go Giants. Well, here's Gator. You have a good day, brothers. I'll catch y'all later. Love you, Gator. NFL Edits, Coach Howard Shotsky says, Barkley going to the Eagles is my worst enemy, knowing I'm going to a Giants-Eagles game in October. Go Giants. And that guy, Coach Goat, is an idiot. Coach Goat was saying yesterday that the Eagles fans are the most sportsmanlike and loving fan base in all of professional sports. Now, NFL Edits here, Howard Shotsky, is saying that they are going to see the Eagles and the Giants play. Is there any advice you would give them being a Giants fan and going to an Eagles game? Is it going to be at the Meadowlands, I was going to call it. I don't know what they call it now. Y'all have a good day, brothers. Welcome to the family. What advice would you give a Giants fan going to an Eagles game?
Well, they didn't say the game was at Lincoln Financial Field.
You are exactly right.
New Jersey.
And will they be safe? It's my first Giants game. Howard Shotsky is a lifetime Giants fan. He was Michael Strahan's agent. He knows Bill Parcells personally. What would you like to say to your fellow Giants fans out there? NFL Edits 3-2. They're new to the channel. They're new to Totem Pole.
Go Giants.
Go Giants! Coach Bald, what would you like to say to NFL Edits 3-2, a new subscriber to Totem Pole Nation?
Fasten up your seatbelts and get ready for a fun ride. Y'all are riding with us. Y'all are in the car. Hey, we might even ask you to drive. All right. But guess what? We're going to fill up the gas tank. So you ain't got to worry about filling up. Fill up on us. But yeah, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. I've been to a lot of Eagles-Bucks games. A lot of them. There's always extra police there. There's always fistfights in the stands. It's they hate the Bucks. And I don't blame them. You know, the Bucks have ended their season quite a few times. They ended it last season. I know everybody remembers the last game they played against the Lions. The Bucks did, but the game before that, they smoked the Eagles like a Philly blunt, if you will. You know, and then the year probably that Philly had the best team when they had McNabb and T.O., They had the walk-off from Rondé Barber, arguably the best pick six in the game of pro football. So, yeah, I've seen it a lot. But, yeah, those fans, when they come here, it's always a big deal. And they come here early in the season this season. So it's going to be awesome because the Heat early in the season, you know how teams up north, they have a huge advantage, late in the season when you got to go play in their frigid temperatures, the frozen tundra in Lambeau, a frozen Buffalo Bills stadium where the fans are digging out their seats. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You come to Tampa, Florida in the month of September and October, be ready for 100+ heat and humidity, all right? Drink a lot of water before the game because guess what? It's going to be sweat. It's going to be sweating out there. Be ready. But, yeah, man.
And we might even borrow your Wi-Fi. You never know with Totem Pole Nation. We may need to use your Wi-Fi because we'll get frozen like that, won't we, Howard?
The Moose.
NFL edits. Buy, Eagles, buy. The New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to call it right now. New York Giants are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles the first time they play them this season. Moose 914. And don't forget your helmet because it's going to be bumpy. The Rough Riders. NFL Edits 3-2. I have a question. Who is your least favorite team? Myself, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Howard Shotsky, who is your least favorite team?
The Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Kelly Green. What, dude? The Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles uniforms are the greatest uniforms. I love them. The Philadelphia Eagles. How do you feel, Howard Shotsky, about Saquon Barkley going to the Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm not too happy about that move, but
he's not too happy. Man,
business is business.
Business is business. Coach Bald. I think your Wi-Fi is frozen up. Coach Bald. Isha Singh. Hello, guys. Isha Singh. You are new. NFL Edits. You are new. Welcome to Totem Pole Nation. This is for y'all. Coach Jay Freeman, if you on this chat, you better tap the like and subscribe. Justin Medley, his favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just kidding. Coach, his least favorite team, the Terminator, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey,
Coach Bald, yes.
I'm on that bandwagon with him. I'm with you. The Steelers, they have a huge fan base, a lot of pride. They will come over and take your stadium out. There's no team I'd rather smack around than the Pittsburgh Steelers because their fan base, they take it to heart. They do have a great fan base, though, because they'll walk out of the stadium with you, shake your hand, say good game after a butt whipping, or if they whipped your butt, either way, you know. But I despise the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe it's because they've just owned that AFC all throughout the 70s, you know, when I was born. So I kind of despise those guys. Big Ben Roethlisberger, A.B. Antonio Brown. Man, we got to get A.B. on the show. I know you collaborated with him earlier in the year, but I think we need to get him on. We need to lock him in. We need to do a one-on-one, maybe him and Coach Old School.
I think we get some Wi-Fi. If we could get some Wi-Fi that works and teach the guys how to actually get on StreamYard, and if they actually would show up on time, we could maybe get Antonio Brown. But ladies and gentlemen, coming from Seattle, Washington, Seattle Seahawks, the one and only Coach Jay Freeman. Coach Jay Freeman is back. Coach Jay Freeman's in the house. We got a lot of comments. Coach Jay Freeman coming out of Seattle, Washington.
Amen. Look at
we will see how Devin Singletary does.
Hey, Moose. It's so good. It's so good to hear you guys this morning. See you guys.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of comments. Moose 914 from the Yonkers. Yonkers. I'm going to get you to tell me a story about Yonkers here in a minute there, Howard Shotsky. I have an idea. We should all get into a party bus and go to a New York Giants game. or the Philadelphia Eagles game or a New York Jets game. Have a big barbecue and do a live stream from the parking lots of pregame shows. We've actually done that before. Now, we were the very, very, very low man on the totem pole. We had to beg people for hot dogs. Yes, and they were burnt hot dogs. We did that before at a Washington Commanders game. Moose 914, set up like a living room set and do the podcast from there. Now, Moose 914, we are the low man on the totem pole. We could probably use the couch that Howard is laying on right now. We could put that in the back of a Ryder truck. All right, we could drive that to the game, and we could be like Kai Cenat. We could do our live stream from a box truck. Tuesday, Sebastian Salas. Tuesday, you're new. Let's see here. Moose, New York, football, Giants, NFL, Big Blue. Isha says Pittsburgh Steelers are actually my least favorite too. Coach Jay Freeman, who is your least favorite team in the NFL?
Ooh, that's a hard one. It's hard to answer. Golly.
It's the team for me that throws the ball on 3rd and 1. When did 3rd and 1 become a passing down in the NFL? That's my least favorite team. 3rd and 1 is a passing down.
Maybe that's analytics. Maybe that's all about analytics. And some egghead somewhere did the analytics and said, well, maybe we should throw the ball here.
Yeah, man. Justin Medley, do we need to put
in the face of our gut, don't it?
Uh-oh. I'm sensing some hostility here from Terminator towards Bolo. Who is Lambo? I'm sensing there's some trouble in paradise. And I'm not talking about Matoka. I'm talking about this paradise. See that? That's where Howard Shotsky is going to be living very soon. St. Petersburg, Florida. Do we need to put out a bolo for the Grand Canyon Coach Troy? Justin Medley is taking a shot at Lambo because he went AWOL. He went missing in action. Yes. NFL edits. The Dallas Cowboys are worse. Madness. Buckle down, Coach Bald. Hurricanes coming Monday or Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Andrea, hello from Croatia. You were the one that accused us of things, and we know that you are a bot because you are bringing dissension and you're bringing division to our country. So we're not even getting into that because my friend Howard Shotsky whispered some good counsel in my ear. And I was so proud of Howard Shotsky yesterday threatening to punch someone on this show. Yes. In the Granite 617 was so happy when we told them that you said you were going to fight somebody. Isha Singh says, just like and subscribe. This is for you, Isha. We love you. Man, I'm telling you, NFL Edits 3-2, you're becoming a 5-star member of Totem Pole Nation. You are our Patrick Mahomes right now. Am I the only one who is tired of seeing the Kansas City Chiefs quarterbacked by Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl every year or at least go? Well, Pfizer is not. Okay, Pfizer's not ready for them to stop playing in the Super Bowl. Okay, and now they got Jason Kelsey's face everywhere. They got him on the Olympics. Okay, they got him on the NFL. Jason Kelsey selling subs at Wawa. Yeah, and his wife. I think we're going to see Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey going to be president one day. I mean, this is nuts. I mean, look at who we got as president now. You know, a reality TV star whose dad was a front man for the mafioso and a woman that dated Montel Williams. NFL Edits 3-2. Welcome to America, baby. What we got pro football. And all the Olympics is a commercial for NBA and the NFL and showing us how terrible all other sports are in the world. Howard Shotsky, are you guys in New York area? Actually, I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Coach Bald is let's see, is that New York in your background? That's St. Petersburg. Howard Schotsky's from North Jersey, and he lives in Rockville. And the guy who's spinning, he's from Seattle, Washington. So basically, we're from all over the country. We are America. Now, Howard Schotsky, how are you feeling today? What are you thinking about that game last night? Does the NFL even care about the preseason?
No, not really. I fell asleep and missed it.
Which quarterback, totem pole, just from watching the game, and C.J. Stroud and Caleb Williams, the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears NFL Hall of Fame game, which quarterback would you want to quarterback your team just from watching them on the sidelines? The guy who is laughing, giggling, looking like he's about half-baked from a Cheech and Chong movie, or the dude that cares about his teammates and is about to fight somebody? Keith Canyon said it's all fixed. Keith Canyon, welcome to Totem Pole Nation. And one thing we love is a good conspiracy. And if you can inform me how it's all fixed, and if you, Howard Schotsky, if he knows how it's fixed, does he need to contact you and tell you how it's fixed and when it's fixed?
You know me.
He's all about the action. Keith, this is for you. NFL Eds, who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year? Well, I'm just going to go with the team that wins it like every year. I'm going to just go ahead and say the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not picking against Patrick Mahomes no more. Moose says Trump 2024. Keith Canyon says, sure, I'd like that. Yes, you would. Okay, so who's going to win the Super Bowl, Coach Jay Freeman? Who's going to win the NFL Super Bowl this year, NFL 2024?
That's an interesting pick, guys. I don't know. I was thinking about it, and I said, maybe it's the year for the Baltimore Ravens to get it done. I don't know. I mean, I would say, Coach, insufficient sample size. I gotta feel out the preseason a little bit more. I gotta watch a little bit more of these preseason games. I gotta grind a little bit with how my drafted rookies are doing and how my trades have gone. I got to get a little bit further into it before I can give you a real answer.
Howard Schotsky, who are you picking to win the NFL Super Bowl this year before the NFL preseason even gets to game 2? Last night was embarrassing. You didn't even watch the NFL Hall of Fame game. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
Of course, the Giants.
The Giants. He goes with his heart. That's why I love Howard Schotsky. Moose says, are you guys Mets fans or Yankees fans? Howard Schotsky, are you a Mets fan and a Yankees fan? And tell me the difference between Mets fans and Yankee fans.
I'm a Yankee fan, and the difference is Met fans, they're worried about who wins the Subway Series. Yankee fans are worried about who wins the World Series.
Wow. Frank the Tank is a Mets fan, and I will put Howard Schotsky up against Barstool's Frank the Tank any day of the week. And I know that I can drink more soda than Frank the Tank. And Howard Schotsky saw me in action. All right. He thinks he likes hot dogs. He thinks he weighs 500 pounds, but I can drink more soda than him. David, the team that has no, we're not getting into that stuff. All right, what happened? David, thank you for commenting. Moose, New York Giants. Moose is with you, Howard Schotsky. He's saying the New York Football Giants, the Fighting Wellington Maras, quarterbacked by Daniel Jones, will win the Super Bowl. NFL Edit says New York Mets fans are Jets fans. Giants fans are Yankees fans. Is that true, Howard Schotsky?
Yes.
Why is that? Why are New York Mets and Jets fans, and why are Giants fans Yankees fans?
That's just the way it is.
It's just the way life goes. Chiefs. What a rude comment about Frank's weight. Oh, my gosh. Guys, don't be so sensitive. This is entertainment, man. Stop getting offended by everything. Because if you get offended by everything, you'll be offended by everything. And you'll never be happy. But Chiefs, we love you. And Chiefs, this is for you. Welcome to Totem Pole Nation. You know I'm kidding around, man. But Chiefs, I don't know if you do because you're not the – here you go. This is for you. You'll like this, Chiefs. Let's see if Barstool ever does this for you, Chiefs. See if Dave Portnoy or Frank the Tank does this. Chiefs, this is for you.
Chiefs is in the house.
Hardly entertaining.
Hey, you guys.
We love the Kansas City Chiefs, and we love Patrick Mahomes. 100% right. Frank's a good dude and has been losing weight. Yes. Frank is a great dude because Chiefs, if you go look at Totem Pole, you will see that Frank the Tank has actually helped us out numerous times. And Antonio Brown, Chiefs, do you remember when Antonio Brown put out the video of Frank the Tank talking about Antonio Brown? Guess who Frank the Tank made that video for? Totem Pole Nation. Who do you think sent the video of Frank the Tank to Antonio Brown? Totem Pole Nation. Justin Medley, who is the Terminator, said, then turn it off, Chiefs. See, that's the thing about Totem Pole. It's kind of like Pulp Fiction in the briefcase. Once you look in the totem pole, you can't look away.
Yeah.
You know why? I see dead people. Jay Freeman, how do you feel about Frank the Tank, Dave Portnoy, Barstool, the NFL, and this NFL season? Look around here at all these logos. Moose 914. My family owns Patsy's Pizza. We have a restaurant in Citi Field and Yankee Stadium. We've been around since 1933. We're even in JetBlue and Costco now, called Brick Oven since 1933. Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. Howard Schotsky is our legal representation, okay? He handles all of our contracts, which are none. Now, but I think we might have one right here. I think we may have one. Totem Pole Nation might have our first corporate sponsor. Let's make this happen because nobody in America eats more pizza than me and Howard Schotsky. We are true coaches. Howard loves pizza. I love pizza. Howard is a great pizza maker. Jay Freeman, how do you feel about Moose 914's family owning Patsy's Pizza? We have a restaurant at Citi Field and Yankee Stadium. We've been around since 1933. We are even in JetBlue and Costco. Now call Brick Oven since 1933. Get your people to call my people.
Hey, Totem Pole Nation. If there's one thing we can get behind, it's a good old pizza pie, baby. You know what I mean? And listen, hey, you know Dave Portnoy says one bite, everybody knows the rules. Well, hell, we'll take more than one bite, and we make the rules.
I'll drive up there today. I will drive up there today. I'm stupid enough to do it. What do you think, Howard Schotsky? Would that be content? If I drove up there today to, have you ever heard of this place? Patsy's Pizza at Citi Field and Yankee Stadium.
Of course.
Of course? Of course. Howard Schotsky, what is the probability that Moose 914s from Yonkers, New York, and even Frank Sinatra wrote a song about our pizzeria? This is where the Rat Pack would hang out, and we have so many old pictures and stories. Well, guess what? We're the new Rat Pack. And you know who I am? I'm the Nutty Professor, not Eddie Murphy. Yes. Coach Bald is Frank Sinatra. All right, Howard Schotsky, who are you in the new Rat Pack? Sammy Davis Jr.? Sammy Davis Jr. Man, I haven't smiled like this in a long, long time. But I love pizza and I love partnerships. Totem
Does that
Pole
make
Nation.
me Jerry Lewis?
I'm Jerry. Yes, I'm Jerry Lewis. Yes, I'm the Nutty Professor, dude. Coach Jay Freeman, Moose 914. Moose 914. I need you to hit me up, man. Hit me up. Give me an email. Give me social media that I can hit you up on. We got to make this happen, dude. I'm closing the deal today. I am like Mariano Rivera. I'm the Mariano of the Marriott. I learned from Howard Shotsky. He is the closer. I'm the Mariano of the Marriott. Jay Freeman, how do you feel about brick oven since 1930?
Oh, man, that's where it's all about. It's all about a wood-fired pizza or a brick oven pizza. That's where all the flavor comes from. And the fact that it's next to a historical baseball landmark stadium, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing we're looking for, right? We love food. We're coaches, and we love to eat food, and we love to have good sponsorship, man. What's better than that? Come on now.
Yeah, we're going to be partners. See, right up here where it says Totem Pole, I want to put the brick oven logo. Howard Shotsky, I see you're looking on that phone. And I know if it's dollar signs, if it's about dollar signs, it's about Howard Shotsky. Nate Dogg said, go Chiefs. Nate Dogg, this is for you, okay? Nate Dogg said, go Chiefs.
Chiefs is in the house.
What is the probability that Totem Pole Nation partners with a pizzeria from 1933 that you know about? 0? 0.0. Kind of like my GPA in college. 0. Mr. Blue Tarsky. 0.0. Let me see what I can do.
Coach Troy Taylor, we do not make decisions based on probability. We make decisions based on hunches, gut feelings, and strictly led by the seat of our pants. That's how we're able to stumble and fall headfirst into opportunity. That's how we're able to find great boxing gloves, collectible merchandise, and also UVA practices.
UVA practices? Howard Shotsky as my legal representation, my agent, Totem Pole's legal representation agent. Do you agree with what Jay Freeman is saying?
Sure.
Sure. The NFL is back. Look at these logos up here. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, Oakland Raiders, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, San Francisco 49ers, the St. Louis Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, Ravens, Buffalo Bills. Out of those teams, I'm going to take out the Chiefs. Out of all those teams, I'm taking Joe Burrow's team. Joe Burrow. And this is with no education. I don't know who they have coming back. I just know Joe Burrow's coming back. I'm going to pick Joe Burrow to lead his team to the Super Bowl. Howard Shotsky, is that a good pick or no?
I don't think the Bengals will get there.
I guess if they can't win with Paul Brown, they'll never win. Golly. Joe Montana, you ruined it. What did you do to win those 2 Super Bowls and those 2-minute drills? Coach Jay Freeman, you've been quiet today, probably because I've been running my mouth so much. But I'm excited about the NFL. I'm excited about the start of the NFL 2024 season. Last night, we had the not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We had the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. Coach Jay Freeman, Moose 914 says the flagship restaurant is on 116th Street and 1st Avenue. Now call Patsy's Way. Carter said, who's winning the Super Bowl this year? Okay, I've already picked the Chiefs. If I don't pick the Chiefs, I'm going with the Bengals. Whoever has the best quarterback's going to win. I think there's only been six Super Bowls that have been won by non-Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Most likely the San Francisco 49ers will, but I hope the New York Giants will. Jay Freeman, how are you feeling about Totem Pole Nation? How are you feeling about us getting 70,000 views, going over 100,000 last night with the live stream on a game that was terrible? Thank you, Roger Goodell, for trying to ruin our great American pastime. But you can't ruin it because the NFL goes and the college football goes because of high school and youth football. It's the people that make it great. Yes, Jay Freeman.
Hey,
what do you think?
Troy Taylor
this year? Yes.
Hey, Troy Taylor and Totem Pole Nation, amazing Howard Shotsky and Coach Ball down there in St. Petersburg. Hey, I'm just glad we're back in the saddle. You know what I mean? Like I used to always say, back in the saddle again, right? When I'm not watching football, when I don't have NFL football or college football or that available, I feel like a part of myself is missing. Hey, why do people play NCAA college football and Madden all the time? Because they can't watch real football or they can't play real football, right? That's why we do things to simulate it. Hey, why do they sell thousands and thousands and millions of glossy, high-color magazines every year for the last 70 years? Because we can't get enough of football. Well, listen, fellas, football's back. And what does that mean for us? It means like you're Pac-Man and we just ate a big power pellet because we all get 3 times bigger, 4 times faster, and 7 times more nasty because this is our game, baby, and it's back.
Coach Bald, what's your top 5 defenses this year from Cartier? Cartier, this is for you. You're new. Everybody that's new to Totem Pole, this is for you. TotemPoleNation.com to get your merch. We get a quarter off of a $20 t-shirt. All right, TotemPoleNation.com for your merch. And we're not guaranteeing that the label will stay on. You got to talk to Spreadshop.com. Coach Bald, who are the top 5, Moose Down 14 says AM, who are the top 5 defenses in the NFL this year?
Well, you know what? I think the team that is going to be my shocker defense this season, and I think this team could be your team representing the AFC out of nowhere, is the Houston Texans. Yes, the Houston Texans. They added 2 guys that had 10 sacks in the offseason, and they still have last year's defensive rookie of the year, Will Anderson. With all the pieces they brought in the offseason, I think this is the team that comes out of nowhere and has a dominant run, just like the San Francisco 49ers have. I think the San Francisco 49ers defense takes a step back. They lost some good defensive linemen in the offseason. Nobody wants to talk about that. But when you're talking about championship pedigrees, it all starts up front. The Houston Texans defense and their defensive line is going to be one that I am eyeballing, especially when it comes to fantasy football. I'm a huge fantasy football guru as well. I played 4 seasons.
You're a guru.
14 last year. 3 of them made Super Bowls. So I love fantasy football. I think you got to have the Niners in your top 5. Baltimore, due to them getting Derrick Henry, I believe they're going to be a top-tier defense as well. My other 2, I like what Tampa Bay has. Tampa Bay early in the season are going to be tough to beat, especially here. You got a fire hydrant like Vita Vea in the middle of the defense. And I don't know, to round out that top 5, I think the Detroit Lions, they're going to be a team that is beating people's face in. I try to avoid the AFC defenses because the AFC quarterbacks are a lot better. So that's my top 5 right there, Coach.
Cartier Schnosky wants to know who's Howard's favorite team. And Cartier Schnosky would like to hear Howard's top 5 defenses in the NFL. Great choices, Coach Bald. But Cartier, what do you think about the Pats this year? We're going to answer this one, and then we'll get to you. Bacardi is number 7. Howard Shotsky. Who is your team, Howard Shotsky, and who are the top 5 defenses in the NFL this year? NFL fantasy football is huge. So everybody wants the NFL fantasy football 2024 picks. That is a key word. Howard, who are the top 5 defenses and who are your team?
I wouldn't even worry about your defense till about the 9th, 10th, or 11th round in your draft. So,
wow.
And to be honest with you, I'm like Coach Freeman. I need to see a few more games before I'm ready to call anybody a top 5 defense.
So who is your NFL team? Cartier is new here.
The New York Giants.
The New York Football Giants. Let's see here. What do you guys think about the Pats this year? And we got Raging Goat. Hold on for a second. I got to call my friend up. Hold on. I'll be right back.
We have a Raging Goat.
What do you think about the Patriots this year?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the Patriots, Howard?
What is this Raging Goat? Raging Goat, old people. What are you saying, Raging Goat? What are you saying, Raging Goat? Are you talking junk? Because I'm a goat. Raging Goat said old people. All right, so what do you think about the Patriots this year, Howard Shotsky?
I think they need a quarterback.
So Drake May and Jacoby Brissett aren't going to get it done.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a long season.
Raging Goat. Yo, Raging Goat. The Raging Goat. This is Coach Goat. Coach Goat. And check this out. I didn't even see this, Howard. I got this little thing right here. Look at that. Looks like Jay Freeman's doing it. Look at that. Wow, we got Kenny Thompson on here, Coach Bald. Moose said, subscribe and like, people. Hey, Moose 4. I'm calling the restaurant today. Who should I ask for when I call the restaurant? Sportsbook Lab. I made Sportsbook Lab mad yesterday, but Sportsbook Lab is back. Last night was better than the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? Better than the Super Bowl? I didn't see Rihanna. All right, I did not see Rihanna last night. Sportsbook Lab, welcome back. This is for you. Kenny Thompson says, good morning, gentlemen. Illini Pride, automotive watching from Route 10 in Champaign, Illinois. Coach Bald, talk a little bit about Kenny Thompson and what he's meant to you and to Totem Pole Nation over the years.
I tell you what, we got a huge fan base there in Illinois, in just Champaign area. Go right there, Route 10. If you need anything done to your vehicle, man, this is the guy. He could work on the new stuff, the old stuff, and he's just a hell of a guy. You know what I mean? He's a great person. He's got 2 amazing sons and an even awesomer daughter who's
Elizabeth is in the house.
Love you guys. I think you muted me there, Coach. Hello.
You're back. Elizabeth's in the house. Hey, Raging Goat likes the Dolphins, Coach Bald. Kenny Thompson, we love you. Anything else? What were you saying about Kenny Thompson's daughter, Coach Bald?
Oh, they're just the best, man. Caitlin, you're amazing. Love you. Definitely the boys. I'm excited to see the boys here soon. The youngest son is getting married here in September, right on the beach, right in Paso Grill area, one of the most beautiful areas on the planet Earth. So, yeah, man, looking forward to it. And, yeah, you got the GOAT. You didn't realize we have our own GOAT, and to talk trash on this show might be a bad idea. Aloha. There he is, man. Tua is going to lead those guys this year as far as they're going to go. Hey, I'm definitely invested in the Miami Dolphins. My guy Isaiah Wynn is going to be your starting offensive guard for the Miami Dolphins this year. Those guys are going to put up some points, man. They're going to be a very exciting football team. Anytime you got Odell Beckham as your number 3 wide receiver and Tyreek Hill out there, you're going to be a team to reckon with. They're going to put a lot of fear in some defensive coordinators this offseason. Coach Goat, who else are we joining? I see a screen there. Who's joining us? Who's joining
That's Coach
the party?
Shea Freeman. That's Coach Shea. We got a lot of comments. All right. Elizabeth, Raging Goat said, I like the Dolphins. Elizabeth said, hi, Coach Bald and Howard. Bacardier said, who am I going with for my first pick for the fantasy with the 11th pick? All right, y'all think about that for a second. Sportsbook Lab said, thank you, Coach Goat. Elizabeth said, y'all should have seen that stream last night. It was hilarious. Brian Post says, hey, straight out of the Ohio. Moose, go Big Blue. Moose, when I call the restaurant today, who should I ask for? Rebecca. Rebecca is in the house. Rebecca is the best. Where are you at, Rebecca? Oh, that ain't. Is it? Hold on, Rebecca. Rebecca, huh? Rebecca Latrell. There you go. I'm in Texas for my birthday, and my uncle collects like football helmets, jerseys, cards, witch tickets, and bats, and that's where I slept. Very good. Cartier says, will the Carolina Panthers finally get above 500? Raging Goat said, sorry, but I need to go. Raging Goat, thank you very much. Coach Goat will always be here. All right. Cartier, have a great day, Raging Goat. Cartier, you're being a great member of Totem Pole Nation. Moose says, ha, 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 I love this. You're my kind of guys to hang out with. I gave you my email. Where did you give me your email? Because I don't see it in the chat. Can you just send it to totempolenation@gmail.com? totempolenation@gmail.com. We got, who is that? Bogdan? Bogdan, you're new. Bogdan, this is for you. totempolenation@gmail.com. totempolenation@gmail.com. Cartier said, I'll be here going forward. Love this. Great vibes, great people, great energy, tons of football knowledge. Bogdan says hello. Rebecca says, I am in the house. Yes, you are, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm not seeing your thing. Rebecca, which one of the intros is yours? Coach Taylor didn't teach me how to do it before he left. Which one of the intros is yours, Rebecca? Do you have a specialized intro, or is it just a regular one? All right, Bogdan says yes. Bogdan says yes. This is for Rebecca, and this is for Bogdan. We love you guys. Y'all are the best. Fantasy football, NFL. Who should be their number 1 pick? Shea Freeman.
Despite sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for years, Jordan Love is ready to take off.
Uh-oh. Is somebody using ChatGPT over there? Moose 914, down with the Beach Boy. Amen.
Oh,
who should
man.
pick me, Coach Bald?
Hey, so I'm going to tell you this. You got that 11th pick. They were asking about that 11th pick. I think you look at a Garrett Wilson. You're looking at the Jets' top receiver. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a chip on his shoulder. And then you probably get the next pick or the pick after that. I would go double receiver right there. I'm looking at Puka Nacua, or I'm looking at A.J. Brown. If you can go 2 stud receivers, all right, get your 2 stud receivers early, because the PPRs, half a point per reception, I'm telling you, wide receivers are more consistent than running backs, all right? You're going to have 1 running back, maybe 2 go top 10, but load up on receivers, because there's some top-tier studs, some guys that are top 10. You need to get those receivers early, because a running back can get hit and be done. Wide receivers, they tend to, last a little bit longer. So that's what I would go with that number 11 pick. Who you got, Howard? I know you're a fantasy football guru as well. Who would be your pick there at 11? What do you target? at
I
that
can't.
position?
I can't really say because you don't know who's going to be gone at that point. I'm big. I like to try to get McCaffrey.
Dude, he's going to be the first pick. Okay, he's going to be the first pick. If you're in any league and he's sitting there at 11, then you've already won that league. Okay, 11. There's no way McCaffrey's going 1, 2, or 3. There's no way. Amon St. Brown of the Detroit Lions. If somehow he falls, that guy is a stud. Scoop him up. Brandon Ayuk could be a guy that's sitting there as well. Does he even have a team? Is he with the 49ers yet, Coach? What do we figure out about that?
How about Skinny Batman? How about that guy from Philly?
Oh, yeah. A.J. Brown, without a doubt.
No, he's talking about skinny Batman is Deontay Smith, isn't it?
Yes,
Batman's
sir.
AJ.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely I think
The
you go
Slim Reaper.
A.J. Brown if he's there. Skinny
Yes.
Batman, I don't think you reach on that guy unless you know something I don't.
Coach
I
Shea
think he's
Freeman.
coming. Yes.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking about NFL fantasy football? That's huge. NFL 2024, NFL fantasy football is huge. Everybody wants to know from a guy that knows. And Coach Shea Freeman has the #1 Facebook group, the Line Play Brotherhood, the #1 O-line and D-line Facebook group on the planet. Ferris says, "Oh, Daddy." There you go. You're so handsome. Thank you. Jay Freeman, NFL fantasy football. What are your thoughts?
Well, I got to be real with you guys, and and Howard said that's my catchphrase, but the thing that's interesting is I'm honest, right? I try to be honest. Is for 30 years or however long we've been doing it, people have called me every year and said, "Hey, Coach, come play fantasy football with me. Come play fantasy football with me." And my answer is always the same. I got my own fantasy team. They made of real people, and I don't have time. I don't have time for that. I got to watch film. I got to take care of these real people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like real players that I have contact with. With that being said, that's my honest answer. I put a lot of my time studying, defensive fronts, overall defenses, and offensive defensive linemen. And because of that, some of the glorified skill guys, it's more of like a side to me. Does that make sense? Like I don't spend that much time with them, and that's probably my bad. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. That makes total sense. But if I had to say, I'd say Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Would that be a good pick? Howard Shotsky.
At what number?
At #1.
No,
What would be a good #1 pick other than Christian McCaffrey?
there is none.
Wow. So why even play? If there's no good #2 pick, Coach Bald, who do you say if Christian McCaffrey is not available at #1?
I'm going Tyreek Hill. You need to get a guy that's going to get the ball and that's going to get some yards.
Tyreek Hill of what team?
What's that?
Tyreek Hill from what team?
The Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins. How many Miami
Definitely
Dolphin fans do we have out there?
You definitely want to get that guy. Anybody that had it, CD Lamb. CD Lamb is another
CeeDee
guy.
Lamb. From what team?
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Jerry's World. Let's go.
I'll just give you guys a breakdown. It's all about stats. Stats is the only thing that matter in fantasy football. And what a lot of people do is when you're targeting a running back, you might want to get him on a team that's going to be winning football games. That has
give me one.
Give you a running back.
Other than Christian McCaffrey with the San Francisco 49ers. Give me a running back for fantasy football 2024 right now.
Yeah, man. I like the kid for the Buffalo Bills. The
kid from the Buffalo Bills name is who?
Jets. I'm drawing a blank now. Your energy it's blocking mine. It's so ferocious right now. But yeah, I like the kid out of Buffalo. You want to get a guy that also can catch passes out of the backfield. When you're targeting a running back, you want a dual threat guy. Oh, Breece Hall Brees Hall for the Jets.
Bryce Hall.
He will definitely go within the top 2 rounds. Brees Hall.
Bryce Hall from the Buffalo Bills.
I like Jacobs with the Green Bay Packers, man. I love what they've done in the offseason. Green Bay don't spend money unless they're guaranteed something. So them getting him, he's going to get the football. But, yeah, it's all about statistics, guys. It's all about stats. You just want, as far as wide receivers, I target teams that are going to be losing. You target teams that are going to be losing, that are going to be throwing the football around. There's some guys for the Arizona Cardinals that are probably going to go pretty high because they don't have that good a defense, and they're going to need to score some points. That's kind of how fantasy football works. It's fun because you get to pick your own team, and every week everything changes, just like in the National Football League. That's why there's so many upsets all the time. As far as quarterbacks, you do in fantasy football, you tend to pick your quarterbacks late because, there's 32 teams. There should be 10 quarterbacks that are playing pretty good, on a given day and night. And that's how you base your teams too. You might not want to start, Trevor Lawrence when he's going up against the best defense in the league. Maybe you want to play Brock Purdy, because they're playing against the Arizona Cardinals, So you do mismatches and stuff like that. That's how it all works. That's how it figures out. But it's fun. I'll tell you what, Coach Jay, is it's one of these where once you do it the first year, you'll get the hang of it, and it becomes addictive. But it's one of these where you don't have to beat your head in every weekend. You just have to, gamble responsibly, and you get lucky. You know what I mean? It's good to get combos, though. I know last year I had one team that middle of the season. I had Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, and man, those guys killed it for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, middle of the season, were a dangerous football team. So those combinations are really crucial as well. Whoever had Brock Purdy and Kittle last season did very well. If somehow you had Pat Mahomes and you had Travis Kelce, you had a lot of success last season. That's kind of how the fantasy football works. I've been doing it since 2004. And I think in 31, I just checked out, but in 31 leagues that I've been in, I've made top 3 20 times. So I don't know what
there you go
there, but you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. It's you ride who's hot. And the crazy part is at the end of the season, some of these stud players that they play for good teams, they don't even start them in the last game or the last, second to last game. So you got to stay on the waiver wire because players get injured. And according to that waiver wire, you might want to pick up their backup. You know what I mean? So it's crucial to draft well. You want to draft well because usually the last 6 guys that you draft they're gonna end up playing sometime in the season. So it's going to be crucial.
Coach Bald and Randy Goat, can I ask you guys a question about fantasy football? Do you like to play in a league that also has a defensive component? Like because don't they have a league where you pick your players and then you pick like the best defense or something like that?
Right. You pick a team defense, and defense, they give you points on how little points you let the other team score. If you have a punt return or a kickoff return, that also counts towards your defense. You want interceptions, you want sacks and stuff like that. So that helps your defense. There are leagues now, Coach Freeman, where you can even pick individual players. You can pick a defensive lineman. You can pick a linebacker. You can pick a safety. And their points are based on, tackles, turnovers, sacks, interceptions, and so forth. But that right there, that's really doing your homework on all facets. And, every team you get a kicker as well. And, kicker and defenses are typically the last 2 positions that you end up drafting because you usually don't get as many points for those 2 positions. Usually your defense isn't scoring you the same numbers that a quarterback or a wide receiver do. And the same with kickers. But you have weeks where some kickers kick, 5 field goals, and when that happens, sometimes your kicker can get you a lot of points, and it's just like a bonus when you have that happen.
Well, that's great.
But you do.
Hey,
You
sorry.
factor in, you try to factor in weather as well. There was a game a few years ago where it was the Cleveland Browns and Buffalo Bills, and they're showing pregame. They're showing pregame, and there's like 3 foot of snow on the field. So yeah, you take out Josh Allen. You take out the you might want to play the defense because they're
Was that game at Cleveland Browns or was that game at the Buffalo Bills? That game you're talking about, the Cleveland Browns or the Buffalo Bills? Where was it played at where it had all the snow?
It was in Cleveland. Yes, sir.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland Browns fans and the Buffalo Bills fans are some of the best fans in the world. I love the Cleveland Browns. I love the Buffalo Bills. They're a great fan base. Now, you may not play fantasy football, NFL fantasy football 2024, Coach Jay Freeman, but you study offensive lines, and running backs are a dime a dozen. I mean, you got Derrick Henry from the Baltimore Ravens. You got Christian McCaffrey from the San Francisco 49ers, but you study offensive lines. And if I was going to play fantasy football, I would know who has the best offensive line when I drafted my running back. What teams in the NFL have the best offensive lines? What teams in the NFL, if you're going to study fantasy football 2024, NFL fantasy football, what offensive lines are the best in the NFL? Coach Jay Freeman, the Line Play Brotherhood Facebook group.
Well, I appreciate the question. It's a great question. I think you got to put Detroit Lions high up in that category.
Penei Sewell.
Well, they have a great center as well. Frank Ragnow out of Arkansas. It's a pretty amazing player. Sometimes as I get older, my mind gets a little addled, but I'll tell you something right now. I know I talk about the Baltimore Ravens quite a bit sometimes, and I really like their acquisition. They just got it right guard. Didn't they get a right guard this year? And he came from the Giants by way, you know what I mean? And I'm really sorry I don't remember his name. But
that's all right. Caesar's got a question, Coach. Caesar's got a question. Caesar wants to know, are the Minnesota Vikings offensive line still legit? Are the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL? My brother's favorite team. He loved Warren Moon. He loved Joey Browner. Are the NFL Minnesota Vikings offensive line fantasy football 2024 still legit?
Well, I think they're coming back. I mean, I think they're building again. To say they're legit, I don't know if I'd go that far. I think they're maybe above average. If you're a real Minnesota Vikings fan, the guy I'm excited for is the first round pick of the edge they had this year out of Alabama. And Coach, I'm real interested in trying to get that young man to come on this program. He actually slid into my DMs a while ago. I think it's Turner. Last name is Turner.
Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner, yes, sir.
Dallas Turner, Alabama Crimson Tide. Dallas Turner, Minnesota Vikings. Man, the Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. The Minnesota Vikings, will they make the Super Bowl? I don't know. But Dallas Turner, we're going to get Dallas Turner on Total Pole Nation. We're going to make a phone call today. And Moose, did you get the email I sent, Coach Goat? I will check right now. Tell us a little bit about Dallas Turner from the Minnesota Vikings and the Crimson Tide, and how Dallas Turner from the Minnesota Vikings got hooked up with Jay Freeman of the Line Play Brotherhood, the number one O-line and D-line cohort mastermind in the world.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach Randy Goat. So Dallas Turner, some things kind of happen by mistake, and or not by mistake, by synchronicity, by accident, by it's meant to be. Well, and Coach Troy Taylor knows that sometimes, and I think he tells Randy Goat about it. Well, I think that I like something that he put on social media. And I see the thing is that I have multiple platforms. It's not just Facebook, it's Instagram, it's X, it's all those other things. And somewhere I commented or I responded to something that Dallas Turner had put out there, and he wrote back and asked me if I was a fan. And I said, no, I'm not a fan. And I explained who I was a little bit. And he thought it was cool. And so my follow-up to him was, hey, we would certainly love to have you on sometime and get to interview you as coaches, right?
Yes.
But this is a guy, obviously you don't want to say one player's like another player too much, but like I coached ball today in St. Petersburg, Florida, a big Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. He mentioned the fact of Will Anderson Jr., Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Houston Texans, who played last night in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. He mentioned him by name. And so I think Dallas Turner for the Minnesota Vikings this year, first-round pick at number 17 overall, is going to be the same kind of deal. He's going to come in, and he's going to be like that nasty quickness off the edge. Because what you got here is a guy that is long, and he is well-schooled in SEC defense, and he can also run. And, that's the combination we're looking for.
NFL is back. 2024 NFL football is back. The Hall of Fame game last night was disappointing. That kickoff is terrible. Roger Goodell, you are un-American, Roger Goodell. You are un-American. All right, you are a communist. And it is un-American what you did to our kickoff. The NFL is back. The Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals, St. Louis Rams, San Francisco 49ers. Caesar said, thanks for your feedback. Coach Bald, I loved it when you were talking about the NFL fantasy football and you were talking about the players and the teams that they play for. This is something that people want to hear about. This is content. Fantasy football is huge. And you know all the players, you know all the teams, Carolina Panthers, Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach Bald, give me your top 5 fantasy picks in the NFL. Give me their name. Give me their team. NFL Fantasy Football 2024. Someone said America. And this is for you, Mr. America. I need to get those guys to make us an America one. But here you go. The NFL is back. NFL Fantasy Football 2024. The NFL is back. Coach Bald is a fantasy football expert. If you need fantasy football picks, Coach Bald's who you need to listen to. Coach Bald, give me your top 5 players and teams for Fantasy Football 2024 NFL.
Well, number one, in my opinion, you got to go Christian McCaffrey. He's arguably going to be everybody's number one. You just don't have that lottery ticket in front of you and not scratch that thing off. You know what I mean? Like he's a dual threat. He could, he's just explosive, man. He can hit you out of the backfield with a little screenplay. He's odds on number one in everybody's league. After that, it's feast or famine for quite a few players. CeeDee Lamb. He had a tremendous season last year. He was a guy that if you had him on your team, you definitely made the playoffs. So I got him probably second. Tyreek Hill is way up there. Breece Hall. Breece Hall had a extraordinary season for a very crappy New York Jets football team. Look at it. The Jets peaked in week 1 is when the New York Jets peaked. After that game, after they beat the Buffalo Bills on that Hail Mary of a punt return to end the game, their season went kaput. You know what I mean? And he still had a tremendous season from that running back position. Jamar Chase for the Cincinnati Bengals. He is Joey Burrow's guy. Him and Joe Burrow, they're going to light it up. The only question mark on them would be Joe Burrow's health. That would be the only thing that I would worry about, picking him. The running back from Atlanta, what is it? Bijan Robinson?
Bijan Robinson, the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins, Atlanta Falcons. And Michael Penix Jr.
Right.
Atlanta
University
Falcons.
of Texas, the Longhorn. He's due for a big season. I don't know what the heck they were doing last season, the way they were using him. They even had one game he started, he didn't get a carry, just weird, weird. But, that's the thing. We had Raheem Morris here in Tampa. Raheem Morris is a good football coach. He is a great football coach. He's gonna give him the rock. So I would definitely have him right there as well. Justin Jefferson. He's kind of a question mark only because you have a brand new quarterback starting there. I definitely see the Vikings being a team that, they try to get you on the ground early, to open up things for him. But that guy, when he's on, he's unguardable, so he's definitely top 10. I love Amon St. Brown of the Detroit Lions, man. That guy, very shifty, kind of reminds me of a Tyreek Hill. And young guy, man. I want to say he's 25. 26 years old. We were talking about
the Detroit Lions, Coach. The Detroit Lions are trending. The Detroit Lions are blowing up. NFL Detroit Lions. Your homeboys are Detroit Lions fans. Talk about the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I think what they have done is shown you a new blueprint of success, and it seems like the Houston Texans are kind of following that model. Draft well and pick up good free agents. And, their running back, Jahmyr Gibbs from the University of Alabama. Alabama roll tide with this guy in the backfield because he is electrifying. And the way they play ball there, that's another good tidbit, okay? You want to get some points from the backfield, find those teams with the good offensive lines.
Detroit Lions have one of the best in the NFL, the Detroit Lions.
Right. Guys come out of nowhere sometimes, A few years back, a long time ago, there was a guy by the name of Joe Thomas who was a monster there for the Cleveland Browns. They just happened to stumble upon this guy, Peyton Hillis, and boom. Next thing you know, man, he's a fantasy football star. I even think they had Peyton Hillis on the cover of Madden one time. Unbelievable.
That Madden curse. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, but you do. Hey, David Montgomery, what a stud, former Chicago Bear, goes to Detroit Lions and, man, just smash you in the mouth football. I love that style. But, other guys
Dan
that I like.
Campbell.
What's that?
Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, former tight end in the NFL. Dan Campbell is the best football coach in the NFL. Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions, and their quarterback, Jared Goff. I love the Detroit Lions. How about you, Coach? What do you think, Coach Bald, about the Detroit Lions? Man, the Detroit Lions have the best fan base in the world. Eminem, they won a Super Bowl. I may change my pick. Detroit Lions may win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you this. Dan Campbell, he is the best NFL football coach for 3 downs. For 3 downs, okay? You get him to 4th down, disgustingly awful. Get that out of here. Get that out of here, Coach. He might be the worst NFL coach on 4th down. He proved it against the 49ers last season. Yeah, those guys got a chip on their shoulder, but guess what else they got on their jerseys? The bullseye. Everybody's not surprised about these guys anymore. They know they're in for a fist fight when they go against these guys, for sure. What do you think about that, Coach Freeman? I know you love what's going on up front with the Detroit Lions. They can move people from point A to point B against their will, and there's nothing more badass than that, Coach. Tell us about it.
That's right. That's right, buddy. Hey, it's funny is that sometimes when you study football, you hear stories, and stories stick with you. And you see little things that kind of add up. And we mentioned that Detroit Lions offensive line, and everybody knows Penei Sewell, right? He's a special cat. He's one of a kind. But I'd like to talk about Ragnow a little bit, Frank Ragnow. And certain things stay in your mind, Coach Bald and Randy Goat and Total Pole Nation. The thing that stayed in my mind is when Frank Ragnow's dad passed away. And he played against Alabama that week at Arkansas. And Coach Saban came across the field and loved him up. You know, and what does that mean to us three as football coaches? When you see a guy, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. When you see a man recognize another great young talent, he wished he was on his team. You know, he wished Frank Ragnow was on the Alabama team. But I just love how he came across and loved him up. Because, think about what it means, y'all. Think about what it means to perform at a high level when things around you are going horrible. And think about how you comport yourself and carry yourself with class. That's all we can ask for as coaches. That's all we can ask for as offensive lineman coaches or as men is that, hey, who's the one that said this? Was it George Patton that said it? Was it General Patton said it? Or was it General Lee that said it? I don't know. Somebody said it. Is all we can ask is to do our duty. All we can ask is do our duty. Does that make sense? Hey,
Yes, sir.
Randy Goat and Coach Bald, I don't ever want to change the damn subject, but I would like to talk to Coach Bald sometime about the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Bucks because I love both those teams too, right? And I love to talk to you sometime about how, like, when did your allegiance change? When, I love to talk to you about those Super Bowl losses, man. Marv Levy, bro. I love to talk to you about Sam Weiss. I love to talk to you about, Dungy, Gruden, all that stuff, man. And it's funny. How beautiful it is that y'all, as men, as young men or old men, or just human beings, that the ties that bind us together in America are our favorite teams, our favorite sports, our favorite athletes. How about as men in our culture? Sometimes you give somebody a head nod. You give some, yeah, good morning. Yep, right? Yeah, right? But then we can talk about sports and our love comes gushing out of us. Does that make sense? We might not be able to talk in a normal sense with anybody. We might just nod and smile and whatever, give them a grunt. But when sports come out, man, our passion comes out, our love comes out. And I think that's our love language.
We got a lot of comments. Moose Down with 4 said, let's see if we can cook something up together with your team and my team. Gator says fire. Caesar, football, keeping America together, just like Totem Pole. Gator, double tap, like the stream. Gator is in the house.
Gator is in the house.
Coach Bald, what do you think about what Coach Freeman is cooking?
Yeah, man, it's spot on, and I've been blessed enough to, coach at the high school level with such a perennial powerhouse here in St. Petersburg, Florida. And then my allegiance change, because, some of my favorite kids end up being my favorite NFL players. I was born a Buffalo Bills fan, but living down here, it's easy to pull for the Bucks. They hardly ever play each other, but if they do, it's the one time that I wear Buffalo Bill gear in the Bucks stadium, and my wife is vice versa. She loves her Tampa Bay Bucks, but she'll throw on the Bills gear and support me as well. But, it was unbelievable because one of my favorite guys and my favorite NFL football player is a kid that I was blessed enough to coach by the name of Isaiah Wynn. He got drafted in the first round to the New England Patriots. So I had to do the unthinkable, and that's get me an Isaiah Wynn New England Patriots jersey. And he got me tickets to the game, Tom Brady's last game as a Buccaneer against the New England Patriots. He got me in the stadium, and I proudly wore his jersey. And what is so cool now is now Isaiah is in Miami. And Isaiah, if you're watching, I need my new Isaiah Wynn number 77 Miami Dolphins jersey to add to the archives if I could. But it's surreal. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to have all that happen. But I need to get me a Buffalo Bills Marquez Valdez Scantling jersey because he Also went to Lakewood High School here in St. Petersburg, Florida. And he now plays for the Buffalo Bills. So
Gators.
I love that. It's gone full circle. And David Carello, let's go Raiders.
Gators said he's in and out of the chat like the Gators offense last year. Now, when you spoke about the New England Patriots and Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach Bald, I find it hard to believe that Tom Brady's last regular season game was the New England Patriots versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What was that like to experience that? David Carrillo says, let's go Raiders. The Oakland Raiders, the LA Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. I miss 2016 Derek Carr, David Carrillo says. There was rumors that Tom Brady was going to go play for the Las Vegas Raiders. Coach Bald, Jay Freeman, you're our West Coast guy. Can you deny or can you confirm these rumors that Tom Brady, the former NFL quarterback for the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was going to go and be the quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Well, I think it might be a little bit of a rumor, but I'll never put it past Brady. Brady's got his legs and his arm in a cryogenic chamber, and he's kind of, you know what I mean? Like I bet they don't have as good a stuff as they do at St. Pete Rejuvenate, but he got everything else good in there, and he tried to get himself ready because, you know, there's a little bit of Tommy that don't want to hang it up. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I got seven, but I might want to have 8. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of obsessed, and that's a great thing. You know, the guy sure don't look like the guy sure doesn't carry himself and look like a guy of his age. Like he is
yes,
well
Tom
taken care
Brady
of.
looks like a future Joe Biden. He looks like a mummy. He looks like he's a wax figure. I totally agree. Coach Bald, could St. Pete Rejuvenate do something to help Tom Brady? Tom Brady, the former quarterback for the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, the former quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, NFL legend, NFL GOAT Tom Brady. Could St. Pete Rejuvenate do something to help Tom Brady? NFL GOAT.
Without a doubt, the thing we do that is very unique at St. Pete Rejuvenate is we do ketamine infusions. Ketamine infusion is great for PTSD. It's great for pain. So if he's dealing with any knee pain, you know, he had that torn ACL when he was playing for the New England Patriots and they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. He got hit in that game by the Chiefs and tore his ACL. That's when we got to first see Matt Castle out of USC appear out of nowhere. Patriots still had a good season. But the ketamine infusions are a complete game changer. They recently had Elon Musk sit down with Don Lemon, and Elon Musk even said for depression that he would highly recommend ketamine infusions over these prescription meds that they're giving people, these narcotics that are tearing people's bodies apart. Try the ketamine infusion. I'll tell you what I would love to see. I would love to see anybody that has headaches, anybody that has, you know, had a few concussions, come and give it out as well. Come try it out. We had a pro wrestler, Fidel Sierra, the Cuban assassin. We're talking about
WWE legend.
We're talking about a guy that went 1 hour twice with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo! We're talking about a guy that went to Japan with Andre the Giant. This man himself. We have a podcast here on Totem Pole Nation. Type Totem Pole Nation, ketamine infusion, Fidel Sierra. It'll pop up. It's 10 minutes, and it could change your life. You know, it's definitely changed his life. The man was suffering from severe leg, neck, back pain. And he did it. He did the process. It brought all of that to about a level 3 when he was about on a, level 10 out of 10. And also, I think it just helped him mentally because, hey, when you're dealing with pain all the time, we're just known to kind of deal with it and not realize, how much we were suffering. So, yeah, man, go to St. Pete Rejuvenate. Check out our website. We do plenty of things. We do weight loss. We do, just check out the website. There's so much that we can do.
We got some great comments. Caesar said, give Tom Brady, New England Patriot, and Tampa Bay Buccaneer great quarterback Tom Brady and O-line, and he is a Super Bowl contender. David Carrillo said, I heard that former Pittsburgh Steeler Antonio Brown did fentanyl infusions. Gator said, Tom Brady needs St. Pete Rejuvenate. Amen to that, Gator. Tom Brady, St. Pete Rejuvenate, Tom Brady, New England Patriots, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Bogdan said, it's my birthday. St. Pete Rejuvenate, you're the best. Thank you. Moose, thank you for the brick oven. Baby, we're going to work this out. You have a great day. You have a great day for it. St. Pete Rejuvenate, let's go.